Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video on X 6.4. Today would be 6.4.3 Energize and Special Bias. Now, the nodes are pretty straightforward. Whenever you hit the defender, his power gain rate is increased by 100% even when attacking or receiving hits. And for Special Bias, he's more likely to activate Special 3 first, then a Special 2, and then finally a Special 1, and the circle continues. Now, there are different options that you can use for the champions. You can either go with the first option, that is power control, that I would suggest you to go for. If you have any one of those champions, that would be the best way to go. You don't give them SP3 and they keep waiting for SP3 and you can kill them off easy without them using specials. Otherwise, you can also take champions that have indestructible charges on them so they can tank the SP3. So I'm talking about your Luke Cage, your Captain Marvel movie version, Ghost with Hood, and also Killmonger. Also, you can bring in some taunt champions as well, so they can work as well. And if you don't have any of them, the last option is you can bring in heavy tanky champions and you can boost them and increase their HP and use a 33% SP3 defense boost, and you can work with that as well. The winning boss is going to be a Night Thrasher with unblockable finale, who is a bit annoying, and the boss is going to be Darkhawk with force of will as well as power efficiency. We'll discuss more about them once we get into the path. But before we jump into the path, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those bell notifications, and also leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Now the first fight is going to be against a Warlock. Now Warlock is a metal champion, so I am bringing in Magneto. Probably I'll use Magneto for this fight and the boss fight. But this is just to showcase that you can really boost up, use that 25% boost and HP boost, and also you can use that 20% damage and health boost, and then you can just tank an SP3. Once one SP3 is down, then you can easily evade SP2 and SP1. You can keep them there. You only need to tank one SP3, and then after that the AI can throw only SP2s as well. So you just need to be careful about that, and you can use the same technique with other tanky champions. So you can use Captain America Infinity War, you can also use Colossus, so there's quite a few different options that you can use. But if you want to play safe, I would suggest you to bring in somebody like Doom or Magic or Power Controllers, and then you don't have to get hit by SP3 and you can easily just kill them off. So as long as you have power control, it's a simple and straightforward fight. Next defender is going to be a Nightcrawler. Now, he is very annoying in the beginning because he has that phase where he evades a lot. So as you've noticed, all you need to do is to wait for him to dash back, and once he does, you follow him with your dash in and just hit him in his block, and he will switch his mode to swashbuckling, and where he will not evade at all. And then it's all about using a power control champion, or you can even use a champion that has indestructible and you can kill them off. Now in this instance, I'm going to use Envision to power control him, so I know for a fact that the defender is not going to use an SP3 because the AI will not let him use an SP1 or SP2 unless he uses an SP3, and I will use that to my advantage, and I will keep building up my power and keep power draining him and giving him damage and kill him off quick with vision. You can do the same with other champions. You can bring in a Ghost here with Hood, you can tank that SP3. You can also build in Spider-Man Stark Enhance, and you can taunt out the specials. Although with taunting, because the power gain rate is so much, you will be waiting a lot of specials out even with taunt. So I would suggest you, it's better to bring in power control champions or champions that are indestructible. Also Quake is works really well here, and also Magic. So there's a lot of options. You can pick your team according to what is comfortable for you. Now this next fight against Storm is the most annoying fight of them all because it also has counter tactics and stupefy. So if you give her an SP3, she's going to use an SP3 and she's going to stun you after that, and then she's going to start hitting you in the stun, and because of stupefy she will stun you again, and it will become like a cycle and you will die very quick. Now if you play perfect, then there's going to be counter tactics, so in your blocks when she's going to hit you, you're going to take a lot of damage. So it's quite annoying, this fight. I personally didn't like it, but there are few ways around that you can go through it. So the first one would be magic. You can simply just use SP2 and then you can swipe back and let her come into you before you parry her. Now in the meantime you will have limbo on you, so even if you take quite a lot of damage, block damage because of counter tactics, the limbo will give it back to you. So another option is also Quake. You don't hit, the counter tactics don't come in, she never gets a special, so Quake is also perfect for this fight. You can also use Ghost with Hood, but that would be a little tricky. Like she will be very good against the counter tactics because you will not take block damage because of phasing, but with special 3 you might get stunned, and then you will start getting more hits because of stupefy stun, so that might be a problem. It depends on RNG. If you get stunned after special 3, you're dead. If you don't, then you can easily kill off with Ghost as well. Next defender is going to be a Hela, who is pretty easy and straightforward. Her specials can be easily evaded, and for SP3 you can either bring a champion that has power control, or you can bring a champion that has indestructible, so you can tank that. One thing to note that once you tank one SP3, the AI will either throw an SP1 or SP2, so you can keep baiting it out as a normal fight and the AI will comply with you. So you just need to tank one SP3. After that it becomes a very simple and a normal fight. Next defender is going to be a Medusa. Now she's a very fun defender to go against because of her auto block and her armor shatters and armor breaks. Now I'm gonna use Luke Cage just to showcase different champions that you can use for this pass. I was using power control champions before this, so this is a different way to approach this fight. So what I'm trying to do here, I am going to push her to an SP3 and then get hit by it, and the indestructible will take over and I will get armor shatters and armor break on me. But because I'm running willpower, that will help me and I will gain back a lot of health. So if you have willpower, it will really help you on this fight. And after that, once you tank one SP3, the AI is reverted back to special 2, so you can essentially keep her to an SP2 for the whole fight and she will keep throwing SP2s and you don't need to go to an SP3. Even then, you still have a backup mechanism with Luke Cage. If you get hit, you're gonna go indestructible and it can work out. Other champions you can use are mostly Mystic champions with Nullifier, so you can get those Furies out of the way and she does an auto block. And apart from that, you can also use Quake here, she will work really well as well. Also Psylocke, who has an amazing power control ability as well, so you can use her as well. So there are different options. It's all about controlling or tanking the first SP3 or not giving her the power at all to throw the SP3. And that's about it. Then becomes a simple fight against Medusa. And the next defender is going to be an Abomination, so you will need a poison immune champion to go against him, because he also has a node that is Toxic Splash. So whenever the attacker is poisoned and the defender uses a special attack, those poisons will explode on the attacker and give a lot of damage. Now if you don't bring in a immune champion, that is going to be really trouble. Now you can use that to your advantage. If you're using a Ghost and Hood, you can convert all of those poisons into Fury and finish the fight very fast. If not, there is always Dormammu you can use. You can use Captain Marvel movie version. Also Quake can work here as well, and also another champion, Emma Frost, because you can use her heavy attack to taunt, so he does not go to an SP3, and then you can just simply kill, because the poisons will be shrugged off during her diamond phase. So there's a few options that you can work here. The specials are easily evadable, so it's not a difficult fight if you just bring in a poison immune champ. Next defender is going to be a Yondu. Now with Yondu, again, his specials are easily evadable, but I would suggest you to keep him to an SP1 only, because you can evade that completely. But with SP2 it's very tricky, and if you have to go for a block, you will get a lot of block damage. And also SP3 the same, so you either bring in champion that are going to be power control, you don't give an SP3 and you kill him like that, or in my case I'm showcasing a different champion that is going to be Killmonger, so I am just waiting to build up to an SP2 right now so I can get those indestructible charges. So right there I get those charges, and now after SP3 I won't take any damage. Now because the SP3 will be used already, the AI will revert to an SP2, so I will push Yondu to an SP2 and block that out, and after I will only keep Yondu to an SP1. He will keep doing that over and over again and I will kill him off. So you just need to be careful about that. You don't need to bring in indestructible champion. The power control champion works fine as well, and it's probably easier, but I am showing different options for everybody to work around with. And I don't usually use Quake or Ghost or Doom for these video guides, so these guides are more essentially more inclusive for everybody, but they are good champions. And also you can always revert back to the beginning of the video where I mentioned all the champions that can be used for this part. So I hope you find all of this information helpful. Now next champion is going to be a Ghost Rider, the original one. Now with him again, he's pretty straightforward and easy with his SP1 and SP2 weight, but for his SP3, whenever he's going to use on you, you are going to get a damnation buff, and that can kill you, because the more SP3 he uses, the more damnation buff you get, and that hurts a lot. So I would really suggest to just bring in a power control champion. So anybody would work. You can bring in Vision, you can bring in Magic, or you can also bring in Dr. Voodoo. If not, champions who have taunt, some science champions that have taunt like Spider Ham would work, and also you can easily quick this fight. It's not a difficult defender at all. He's pretty straightforward and easy. And the mini boss is going to be a Night Thrasher. Now, when you Night Thrasher is pretty easy to deal with his SP1s and SP2s, and also if you bring in the indestructible charge champion like I am going to use Killmonger, you can easily get hit by an SP3 and then you don't need to worry about it. If not, you can always bring in power control champions and keep him power controlled, and you can easily kill him off. Now the trouble comes in when it's the last 25% that when he goes unblockable, and how to get rid of that. Now, there are quite a few ways. First thing, you can use a quake, and you can quake and shake away. If not, then you can use champion. You can try to push him to an SP2 or SP1 all the time, preferably And the boss fight is going to be against a Darkhawk with Force of Will, Hurt Locker, and also Lionheart and Power Efficiency. Now, easily put, he's a metal champion. Just bring in Magneto, build up to 40 charges, and use an SP3, and he dies very quick. If not, some other good options are the options that you can either bypass Mist, that is like Nick Fury or Human Torch, or you can use cosmic champions that can have armor break, like for example Medusa will do armor break and is good against robots. Or you can also bring in Corvus and use those boosts and just cycles SP2s very quick. Same goes with Hyperion. Hyperion works really well here also. Before, he was much difficult because he used to have Raptor upgrades and he started unblockable, and also he had armor break immunity, but after the nerf he is considerably easy, so you can easily bring him down. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and you found the tips and tricks helpful for this part. Next up is going to be 6.4.3 Stunning Reflection, so stay tuned guys. Make sure to press that like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on those bell notifications and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.